Yo, what's up guys, I'm Relik, welcome to Wave Ninja. Sorry I haven't made a video in about a week. I don't know what my deal is, but I'm back into it. So today I'm going to be doing a video on how to get like boom bap type drums. I'm going to be showing like pretty much two ways that you go about doing it. And you can interchange, they're kind of interchangeable. Like you can do one or the other, or you can like mix and match them to, get it to sound how you want it in the context of your track. But yeah, I'm just going to get a sample real quick. I'm not going to be showing you how to sample in this one in particular. This is going to be more like drum focused, but if you want to see something like that, then just let me know in the comments and I'll definitely get around to making something like that. But to be fair, I'm not really all that great at what's it called? Sampling. I don't sample very much. Yeah, so this is the sample we're going to be working with today. But I'm going to be working in 95 BPM, which is traditionally where it's around in boom bap. And it's kind of skippy, so I'm going to make it complex pro. And I honestly can't remember where I found this, but I do know that it's from some sort of anime. So if someone knows, then feel free to put it in the comments, because I personally haven't seen this show. But yeah, so I just scooped the lows right now, and then I'm gonna get a sub bass, because that's usually or like a bass guitar as the sub bass, because that's usually what they do. And I already made one ahead of time, so I'm just gonna throw that on. And in this one in particular, I'm using a contact library. It's just like let me see if I can show you. Oh, solo. Just a traditional bass guitar, but I processed it a little bit. And turn this down a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to keep it really simple, and then we'll get into the drums right now. So I'm just going to go with the more traditional way first, which is using drum breaks. So I'm just going to create an audio track, and I picked one out from Paul Nice Drum Kits. Basically, you're going to want to look for something that has like pretty good transients on the drums, something that, kind of hits hard. I don't want to say hits hard, but it just sounds like sonically good, because there are some drum breaks that are kind of unusable. Just because of all the noise and, a whole bunch of stuff. But, yeah, so I'm just going to drag this in real quick. And it looks to be already in line with the track. But if it's not, then you can just, mess with the warp and get it to align. But I'm going to chop this up into maybe something like that. And then I'm going to consolidate this with Control J. And then what you're going to want to do is either make like little warp markers, or you can just right click and go to, slice to new MIDI track. And for this one in particular, I'm going to be using create one slice per transient. So for every transient that it finds in the track, it's going to create a slice on the drum rack. So that way, let me just show you real quick. Once it comes out, it'll look something like this. And then, you can delete all these, turn this on, this right here, and then have something. And then maybe have it go back into this. Yeah, so maybe something like that. And then obviously you could, process it however you like on this. But traditionally I don't like doing it that way, because I like having the kick and the snare separate. And I like being able to really pick and choose what my favorite kicks and snares are. because I don't know, like some drum breaks just don't really appeal to me a lot. So what usually I do is I try to find a kick and a snare separate, and then I'll put it in like a drum group and process it on the drum group itself to make it sound like it's coming from the same kit, because that's, I don't know, it just sounds better to me personally. So what I've done is I've grabbed, a few samples already. So I grabbed this snare, a tambourine, open hi-hat, and a clap. And most of these are either from Ninth Wonder or Illmind Blap kits. Sorry. And yeah, those just work really well. So I'm just going to show you kind of the process that I go about. So I'm throw this kick in. What else is there? The snare. Oops. And then I also throw the clap in here. You're going to want to turn the clap down. And also, you're going to want to take away the attack of the clap, because the attack is going to be coming from the transient on the snare. And then I'm just going to have this as the transient, so have it maybe fade out, something like that. Maybe that's a little too much. Yeah, so maybe something like that. And then I'm going to throw the tambourine in the percussion. Something like that. Turn it down a little bit. And then I have just an open hi-hat, but you can also have a regular hi-hat, like a closed hi-hat and an open one. But usually what I like to do is I like to take an open hi-hat that I like. Sorry, that's really loud. Let me turn this down real quick. And then I'll drag it over and then basically make a copy of it, and then I'll make this the transient. And you just mess with the envelope basically and you make it fade out. Whoops. And then there you have it. You have an open hi-hat that matches your normal one. See if that works. Cool, something like that. Maybe throw a saturator on it. And I'm definitely going to want to put utility, because it's kind of on the right ear, and I don't want it that way. I want it centered. And what else? Oh, EQ. Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to get some kicks down. Yeah, so something like this. Oops. Copy this. And then I like mine hitting really hard. So I'm just going to turn this up. And ideally, you probably want to find something that's that doesn't have that crackling vinyl noise, as you can hear. But, I'm going to make this shorter. Sure, something like that. And then I'll get the snare down. But if you throw the clap in, it just gives it a little bit of more depth to it. And then maybe do some tambourines. And then you'll want to mess with the velocity. Maybe throw another saturator on it. As you can see, I love using saturators on this kind of stuff because, a lot of this stuff is like vinyl stuff, so it's already kind of dirty as it is. And then obviously the hi-hats. and you'll want to mess with the velocity. And then I'll probably want to process this on the actual group itself. So maybe do another saturator. And then I don't know if you've seen my hi-hat tutorial, but we use something called a groove pool. And I already have it open over here. But if you want to open it, I think it's Control-Alt-G. Yeah, Control-Alt-G. And you create a new groove library. And I like using MPC, like 55, dragging it onto the clip. And you can mess with the parameters right here to give it a little bit more randomization and make it sound a little more human. It'll mess with the velocity and like a whole bunch of different stuff, and you can just tweak the settings here. I think this is too loud. And then maybe I'll actually put a reverb on the actual group itself. So throw that, put it before. And then I'll probably want to have a really short decay, like just super minimal amount of reverb. And then you're going to want to low cut it, or else it's going to be super boomy. Like, listen to this. But if you high pass it, that's without, that's with. So it gives it a good little bit. And then, yeah, obviously you can add like lo-fi stuff, maybe like bit crushing. It really depends on how you want to get the sound. But this way, you have everything separated and you can process it a little bit better. And, you know, it kind of gives it a little, I guess, cleaner sound, but still making it sound as if it's, you know, you're sampling from a break. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it for the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Make sure to like and subscribe if you found this useful, and I will see you guys next time.